Hello everyone, welcome back. Today I'm going to talk to you guys about adding a 3-slot Picatinny rail onto your Lynx 12 so that you can mount a light. Now obviously I could put a rifle light on this. If I was to do that, if I was to put a rifle light on that, I would run a pressure pad to the other side and either tape it down or zip tie it down. I wanted to use the pistol light. Okay, that's a 1000 lumen light. What I find is the pistol lights have a slightly wider throw, so I think with the shotgun that's going to work better. One of my concerns with using the TLR 1HL was that, because this has that butterfly switch, I was worried that while I was shooting this, that this was going to, if I had it in the arm position, right, that it was accidentally going to, vibrate off. And I did fire, several rounds with this, and it's staying in place. So I'm really liking it. But if it doesn't work out, I can always put the rifle light on it. I like the idea of just being able to manipulate this with my finger without having to run pressure pads and other stuff. So, but anyway, today we're going to talk about adding a 3-slot rail. Let's get this light off so you can see it better. So we want to add a 3-slot Picatinny rail over here. All right. Now, initially I bought a box like this from Amazon. There was a whole bunch of rails in there. I think they were like $10. I said, "Oh, great, what a deal!" And then when I got them in, I saw that they were plastic, like plastic crap. Well, the plastic ones work really good if they're going on a plastic guard, right? Because there's no point in putting a metal rail on a plastic guard. So it's actually going to work out better. Now the spot that I wanted to put it in, which was right up here, if you notice that this guard kind of flares out a little bit to the side over here, right? And that's exactly the spot I wanted to put it in. So the nice thing about the plastic rail is that it's really easy to grind this down and get it so that it's straight. Okay. The first time when I mounted this, I actually forgot to grind this down a little bit, and the light was actually angled out a little bit. So I took it off, grinded it down. Over here. All right, so there's a 3-slot Picatinny rail, plastic. What I got here is a belt sander. Basically, I'm just going to flip this up, lock it in on the arm position, and basically just grind this down to the angle that I needed to. This one has a very coarse belt on it, so you kind of have to go slow so you don't go too far with it. But it's really easy to grind this down. Basically, you're going to want to get rid of these you got these little locking hooks over here. That you're going to completely grind off. You don't need that for the way that we're going to use this. Okay, so that's what we're going to mount over here. We got another Lynx 12. What you're going to do is you're going to basically unscrew that screw right there. Right? Once you unscrew that, then you're just going to grab this from here and just kind of angle it, just pull it out, and then this will remove. This was pretty dirty in here, so I just kind of brushed this clean. And this is the part that we need to work with, okay? So what we're going to do is, like I said, I'm not going to do it on video because this is not really something that you need to watch me doing. I mean, you kind of visualize it. So I'm just going to grind this down. That's going to mount there. What I'm going to do is, after I get this at the correct angle that I want, I'm going to take a what do you call it? Just a pin, right? And I'm just going to mark where I want to make my first hole. Trying to get this as straight as possible. And I'm going to just drill my first hole. After I get my first hole in, right, then I'm going to put this in place, drill my second hole, okay? All right, so this way I get my holes in the right position, okay? Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this. I'm going to look on the inside over here. I'm going to see where my 2 holes are. Now, here's the thing. If you look at the... get this together so I don't lose the 2 pieces. Okay, so this is going to go through your rail, right? So this is your rail here. So obviously this is going to go through it. Then you're going to have this little piece that's sticking out on the back over here, okay? So what we don't want this little piece sticking out too much over here because we don't want it touching the barrel or the gas tube. So what we're going to do is, after we make our 2 holes and we can see where the 2 holes are coming through, what I'm then going to do is I'm going to take my Dremel. First I'm going to put this wheel on, right? This is a metal wheel, it's got little teeth. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to eat out those little holes over here just to kind of make a slant, because I want to fit. I don't know where I put it, but anyway, I want to eat this out so that the back of this nut, right, this M-lock nut, sort of fits inside the plastic, because this plastic is thick enough that you can eat it out just a little bit. Now you don't want to go too far, just eat it out a little bit so that you can kind of just, when you screw this actually pulls into the plastic a little bit on the inside. So just do that a little bit. All right, so you're going to do that just a little bit on where the 2 holes are. Then I'm going to flip over to this one. This is just a little bit softer. It's not metal, this is stone. Then I'm going to just fine tune that slot a little bit more to accommodate this. Then what I'm going to do is, once I do that, I'm gonna put the M-lock rail on, put some Loctite on this, tighten it up, get this to pull through, right? And then what's going to happen is I'm still going to have a piece of this nut sticking out a lot more than I need. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to change out the wheel again, change out the stone on my Dremel, and then from the inside I'm just going to smooth this out. And just kind of put, I just got to leave just enough in there so that it's just holding the 2, it's holding the rail in place, all right? So I'm going to get it so it's smooth, it's not sticking out too much, it's not touching my barrel. Once you put this back on here, right, you should be able to play, without screwing it, tightening it up, you should be able to go like this, and you should feel that it's pretty loose. It's not going to feel like it's hitting anything over there. And then that's it, you're all set. I considered, I was actually interested in buying, a tactical rail. I really wanted to replace this. I wanted to put one that had, M-locks on it or Picatinny on it, and they're just not out there. They had some, I had seen some Sega 12 ones that might fit this. I don't know for sure. And then, I was going to go buy it, and then that was sold out. I said, you know what? The only thing I really need to mount on here is a light. So if I can get this 3-slot rail on here, I'm set. I got my red dot over here. On my AKs, I usually mount the red dot on top of the gas tube, just because it gives me a lot of, great accuracy at distances. However, with a shotgun, I'm not going to be trying to get like one MOA groups at 100 yards, right? So, so with the shotgun, I'm perfectly happy with having the optic mounted, on the mounting rail here, sitting on top of the dust cover the way I have it. So the only thing I needed to add here was really just this rail to take a light. That's fine, because I've set this up over here so I can attach a sling from that point to this point. So that's the only thing I was missing. Once this goes on, I'm all set. I got everything I need on this gun. The other thing I would have liked to change was I would have liked to change this to put a slightly thicker one, like an AR style one. I did that with my AK-47s. I tried to mount it on this, but apparently the threading of the screw that goes through here is a different size. It didn't, it just wouldn't match up. So I said, forget it, because there's a like a little nut block in here that your screws gotta screw into. Apparently the threading on this Lynx 12 is different from the AK-47, the washers. So that didn't fit on here, so I'm just gonna have to learn to live with this. It's not bad. It's just if it was a little bit thicker, you'd be a little bit more comfortable handling this one-handed. But anyway, that's what I'm doing with this. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you're not a member of the channel, subscribe. I'll talk to you guys soon.